Football is back, baby. Let's go. Welcome back to Vikez Vibez, your place for Minnesota Vikings content. Man, how is my purple fam doing out there? I'm so pumped up, man. Week 1 of the NFL season is finally here. I am recording this Friday afternoon after work, so we've already got one game in the books. Last night, Kansas City Chiefs literally beating the Ravens by a toe, by one touchdown. So we got one game under our belt. We got the Brazil game tonight, Philly and Green Bay. But I am pumped for Sunday, man. I cannot wait to get back to Vikings football. Before the season officially kicks off, if you want to know my predictions for this season for the Vikings, go find the video where I covered the schedule release. So go find that video in the history on the YouTube channel. Go watch that. I have my predictions on there. So MetLife Stadium, that is where our purple and gold will be begin this journey this season. Sunday, September 8th at noon Central Time. Minnesota leads the series against the Giants 18-13, but the Giants lead the post-game series against the Vikings 3-1. So for this matchup, week 1, new quarterback, Sam Darnold, new year. Some are asking if this could be a trap game. What? I mean, how can you call any game a trap game in week 1? Like, we don't know how any of the teams are going to be. Like, Carolina could shock us all and just freaking be amazing. You never know. Like, it's week 1. How can you make that assumption that any game could be a trap game? It just doesn't make any sense in the new season. There's so many moves that teams make and this and that, whatever. So some matchups in this game, personal matchups to watch. First one is our rookie Dallas Turner against Andrew Thomas. We know how good Dallas Turner was in college. Will he impact our defense right off the bat in week 1? Some say that he might be on a snap count and not get in there the full game. I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, it just all depends. I have mixed thoughts about it. I guess you put him out there and he's doing amazing and he's fine with staying out there. Just keep him out there. I mean, stick with the hot hand, man. So we'll see with that. The next one is another rookie, but on the other side, rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors against the Vikings secondary. So just like Dallas Turner, we know how good Malik Neighbors was in college at LSU with Jaden Daniels, who is now the starting quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Will he also be a big factor for Daniel Jones and the Giants passing game? And how will his first test be against Stephon Gilmore. I mean, that's his first test other than preseason, but um, Stephon Gilmore, Harry the Hitman, and and company. Like we got a good secondary out there. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I do have Malik Neighbors on on my fantasy team, so um, mixed emotions on how I want him to do this week. So another matchup is um, our our interior offense against Dexter Lawrence. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is a beast, and he has made life hell for us in the past already. I mean, and you just you watch his games, and he's amazing. He's an amazing athlete. Like definitely a player to watch out for, and a big test for our interior offense. So watch our O line and see how we match up against him, and how we fare against him. Uh, Another one is Sam Darnold against the Giants pass rush. This one, I think, yeah, this one is probably the one I'm most interested in. Um, you know, Darnold gets Tavon Thibodeau and Brian Burns coming after him in week one. New team, new system. I'm really curious to see how our old line holds up versus them, and also how Donald handles the pressure once he sees those guys coming at him. Donald has had his fair share of crappy O lines, and I don't deem ours to be bad. Um, it's nowhere near what he had in in New York when he got drafted by the Jets. I mean, yeah. So he's got that going for him. um, you know, it kind of branching off of that. Talking about Sam Darnold. Um, you know, they we can't put Sam Darnold behind the chains. We O'Connell needs to run the offense, at a higher clip. Um, to be effective. The team, you know, some say they call it like, I don't know how to word it, like kind of like run a boring offense. Like no one will care if the offense isn't flashy as long as the scoreboard shows a lead. I mean, don't get me wrong, the flashy plays are awesome and really exciting to watch, but at the end of the day, you want your team to win. And if you're trying to do flashy plays, that a lot of times they don't work. They don't work out. And it screws you. So I do kind of get that side of looking at it that way. Just run a boring offense. Especially if Aaron Jones is running the ball good, run the ball more. You know, like teams that just run the ball over and over and over again, like that does get boring. But if it's working for you, I mean, if that works for us and we're getting points out of being a boring offense, I mean, hey, whatever. And Darnold, he also needs to become a game manager. Um, don't turn the ball over, and let the defense do its thing under Brian Flores, and you just go out there and just make sure you don't turn the ball over and just manage the game, smart. Be aware of the play clock. Be aware of how many guys you have are on the field. How what your what play you're calling, obviously, and how everyone's lined up, and this and that. Like everything. Darnold's got the keys. He's got to be the manager there. The defense. I think the defense is going to be good. We signed Stephon Gilmore. Um, that kind of showed a few things. I think. One is I think that we kind of looked at our depth at corner and we knew we didn't have that good of depth at cornerback. And another thing is I think this is what you want your GM and head coach to always think this. I mean, you're not going to go into a season and be like, "Oh, yeah, we're not gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna do anything. We're not, we ain't gonna make the playoffs." Blah blah blah. Like you don't want that kind of attitude. But I honestly think that another reason why we brought Stephon Gilmore in here is because I think Kwesi and KOC they really think that the Vikings can compete this year. And I mean, like I said, why else would you pay Stephon Gilmore $7 million for 1 year? I mean, let's see here. Yeah, like I said, the key to the Vikings this year, as some say, it's simple. It just, the boring offense. I mean, that's not the only key. I mean, you gotta have it's all around. It's just I don't know, but that's one thing I've been hearing a lot lately. Is articles out there I've been reading online and saying that we need to be more boring. But I mean, whatever works, man. Like just feel it out. Whatever works. I mean, um, yeah, that's that. The next matchup is another rookie, our rookie kicker Will Reichard versus the kicking curse. I've talked about this before. I did a video on it. If you want to go watch that, go find that. Let's see. Will break the curse? And will the rookie shine bright as everyone expects? Like he's very highly touted. Like I don't know. He does really good in practice, and like I said in the video I did about Will Ricard and the kicking curse. Preseason is preseason. He missed. He didn't miss. He got blocked on his first kick. So I mean that didn't really sit well with me. His first kick was blocked, but it could go either way. Preseason and regular season, a totally different animal. Like we ain't gonna know how he is until the regular season starts. So we shall see. Will he shine, or will our bad luck continue with the kicker position? Let's see how he does in week 1. So those are some matchups to watch for in week 1 against the Giants on Sunday. Some of the veteran newcomers, they're excited and looking forward to their Vikings debut on Sunday, like Blake Cashman, Aaron Jones. Man, like I said many times already, I am so excited to see Aaron Jones on the Vikings and dominate the ground game and pass game. I mean, he's good in the passing game as well. He can catch. Just like he did as a Cheesehead. And I just read today that Jones said that last year He felt like he was coming into his prime. He was only held to 11 games last year with knee and hamstring injuries, but um, I think he he's pretty positive, and he feels like he's in his prime right now, and that's really good to hear. Um, if we get Aaron Jones at his prime, and he ends up being better than what he has been with the Packers, ooh, better watch out. um, there's some jersey number changes ahead of week 1. I'll just quickly go through them. Stephon Gilmore switched to number 2. Brian Osama, number 6. Will Ricard went from 46 to 16. Fabian Moreau, number 23. Nashawn Wright, number 25. Theo Jackson, 26. Bobby McCain, 28. Dwight McGlothern, number 29. And recently acquired, quarterback Brett Ripien. He will be number 19. And I was waiting for a long time to know who the captains are going to be. Usually they announce them earlier than this, but they just announced them just a couple days ago. So the Vikings, we have 8 team captains, and it's Justin Jefferson, Sam Darnold, CJ Ham, Brian O'Neill, Josh Metellus, Harry the Hitman Smith, Harrison Phillips, and Andrew DePaula. Some of them are repeat captains. Jefferson, CJ Ham, O'Neill, Metellus, Harry. So a lot of them are the same, rightfully so. As we look ahead to week 1 versus the New York Giants, this feels like it's week 1, but it kind of feels like it's a must win for us already. The reason being is how our schedule looks after the Giants. Week 2, we got our home opener, but we play the San Francisco 49ers. That's going to be tough. And then we got another home game, but we got Houston Texans. They were awesome last year, but they got way better over the offseason. I mean, they got Diggs, they got Danielle Hunter, they got Joe Mixon, man. And then you put in CJ Stroud, had an amazing rookie year, man. And then we go to Lambeau and play the Packers. They were really good there at the end of the season last year. We'll see how they do tonight against the Eagles. And then we go to London to play Aaron Rodgers and the Jets over the pond there, and right before our early bye week. So, I feel like we need to come off and get a win in week 1 here. It's a must win because our schedule, it's looking very tough after week 1. And I'm not saying that the Giants aren't going to be tough. I mean, every team is tough in their own way. But, just thinking, of the 49ers and the Texans and the Packers, they're tough. And then even after our bye week, we got Detroit. That's going to be a tough game too. So I feel like this is a must win for the Vikings. So come on, Vikes. Let's start off with a dub. What is your thoughts on this game? Let me know in the comments. Skol. Let's get a dub, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully with a 1-0 team. Skol. See you later.